Nothing much. It's just been another one of those days. How's your day? How's your day starting off?
Everything's pretty much done for now.
Nice. Nice, nice. Okay, y'all. Welcome to the commentary zone. Sorry we're a little late. That's my fault. My dentist was backed up. But we're here now. And as you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. I'm doing it right now. You guys do it too. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Excuse me, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and tell a friend. Hello, all of our friends in the live chat. And hey, y'all, to the replay crew. Hey.
What's going on, everybody?
On the docket today, The Family Chantel, Season 3, Episode 5, Risks and Rewards. What'd you think, Jamal?
It was light. I'm not mad at it though. I
It was
mean,
still entertaining, though.
yeah, I think the most interesting thing was I think what you said about Pedro is spot on. He's not looking at things as an adult. He's still looking at things as a 7-year-old. I'm like, yeah, that's the
And
problem.
there's a bond between fathers and daughters and mothers and sons, right? So what son is gonna want to be like, I'm okay with my mama being a side chick for my daddy? He could be 7, he could be 18, he could be 30, he could be 65. That'll take a lot of processing.
I think the problem is I think the problem with this situation, he keeps saying he wants to know, he wants to ask questions, but he's not ready to have the real conversation or have the answers that are going to come to him. Because Chantel asked all the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
She asked all the right questions. She wasn't disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, you feel like you're judging. I feel like you're judging my mom. I'm like, no, she's not judging. She's asking the correct questions because you're going to have to come to the understanding that whether your mother knew or didn't know, she was a side chick, and you were the side family, and he's gonna have to understand that. He's gonna have to get there, and he needs to come to the understanding that on some level his mother had to know, because she had you, and then had Nicole. So y'all share the same daddy, and y'all about 4 years apart. I'm sorry, I'm a man. When we cheat, we lie. We lie, but we lie. We always trip ourselves up. We don't cheat well. We just don't. We telling ourselves. Is what I mean. We telling ourselves. I don't see how any man can keep a whole nother family on that small of an island. It's an island, right?
What? Dominican
DR.
Republic?
Yes.
Well, it shares an island with Haiti.
It shares an island. It shares an island with Haiti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hispaniola is the whole island, I think.
Okay. Thank you. I always get that mixed up. In that small of a country, and conceivably y'all live in the same town. If he's visiting regularly, it is very hard to keep a whole nother family secret for somebody for 4 years. 4 years plus.
You don't even have to live in the same town, because you seeing that going and coming. People on a small island, they look, they see, they know the movementations, because that's what it is, movementations, and they talk. Word spreads. You don't even have to be in the same town.
That's the thing. Like, it's hard to keep a whole nother family secret for 4 years, really.
Yeah, and it's more than 4 years, right? Because if Pedro and Nicole is a few years apart.
No, I say 4 years. I say 4 years. I'm just saying 4 years because of the difference in age.
Right.
Chantel said he's 29. I think on the last episode it said Nicole 25.
Right. But then he said the last time he saw his dad was when he was 10.
I thought it was 10. Yeah, he said
See,
he
the
remembers.
numbers are all over the place. I thought I heard 7 and 10.
I heard 7 and 10.
We need to investigate. But
Yanni, real quick.
Uh-huh.
Yanni, you mean not 4 years? Well, when I say the 4 years, I mean I'm talking about the I'm talking about that gap of relationship. I mean, how do you keep that? 'Cause I feel the mama I feel the mama knew. And what made me mad with Lydia, and I'm jumping ahead, is when she
Mm-hmm.
said, "I know how it feels to be cheated on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." When you are the side chick, you're not cheated on. I That's just how I believe it. You're not cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
That's
She's
true.
trying to she's trying to paint herself as the victim here. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think at the beginning, I really feel that at the beginning maybe she didn't know, and then
There
maybe
is a
someone,
small chance.
yeah, and I think someone maybe came back and told her like, girl, like, he married, right? And then she confronts said excuse me, said baby daddy and said like, hey, like, are you married? He probably gave her the smooth like, we're having a rough time right now. We're looking at divorce. And she's like, okay, eventually he's gonna leave her.
Oh my God. Or he could have told her, you know, I'm not really in love with her. We're just together for the sake of our children.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
could be that.
Could
Um,
be.
but since you brought up Lydia, I want to flash back. Remember when Pedro was talking to Lydia on the cell phone, like out in a parking lot or something like that? And he was holding the phone oddly, I guess, so that the camera could look at it.
Mhm.
But did you notice that Pedro couldn't make eye contact with his mom?
Yeah. He
He was
knows
looking
something.
everywhere else but
Yes.
at his mom. And he was trying to ask those questions. And she said, I don't want to talk about that. And if you want to go and find him, that's your business. I have nothing to say about it. Don't ask me nothing. What if
Exactly.
she's always shutting him down like that?
I think she's embarrassed personally, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about. It happens more. It happens so much, and
Mhm.
you're better off telling your kids the truth as adults because you don't want them resenting you. Resenting you, like you don't treat. You can't say they're adults and then treat them like children. It doesn't work that way. I'm so sorry.
Child. I thought that was very interesting. And what else did I find interesting on this? Oh, when Nicole said that Pedro and Lydia get together and talk badly about her. And of course, she's on Pedro's side because that's where she get her coin from.
Mhm.
Oof.
I mean, kudos for Nicole calling it out for what it was.
But she's been the beneficiary of it because when they was putting up the Christmas tree, Lydia was quick to tell her if it wasn't for Pedro, you wouldn't be living the way how you living.
True.
Nicole is dead wrong for saying that about her mom because if she's saying that about her mom, she needs to say the same fucking thing about herself.
I'm going to. Okay, let me back up. I'm not going to 100% agree with that. Here's why.
Mm,
Because you're only taking his side because he gives you money. Okay?
mm-hmm.
Him giving you money has nothing to do with you giving me money. So we go. I'm gonna cut that right there.
No, but
You
she's
could
the beneficiary of the money
doesn't
because of the
matter.
house
Doesn't
that
matter.
she's living in.
But that's her
She
mother's
for
choice though.
how she got through college, where that come from, the braces, her Pedro has helped her. And I don't think that
Right.
she should be turning against her brother who has helped her for all of these years when their mother was struggling. It was just him and Nicole,
But
and
she's not
she's
turning against her
turning on
brother.
him. She's talking real foul about him though.
Well, no, but what gives him the right to talk about her like a dog though?
He
That's what you
didn't talk
can't. You
about
can't.
her like a dog.
Yes, yes, that's what
Man,
she said. She's overheard the conversations.
I don't
That's
believe
what
her.
I do because
I
you see it.
don't.
I do because you see at the end. You see at the end of the scene where they're having a conversation.
About her making a huge mistake with a person that is not good for her.
But if they do that, there's much worse behind it. There's
And
always
they
much worse.
are talk Pedro is talking to her and telling her the same thing that he's telling his mom. No, like I don't like how she did that. I
I
just
don't have a problem with
don't.
that. And the
I
reason
don't,
why,
and not for somebody
why,
like Alejandro.
but why do you have a problem with her stating that her mother is only taking his side because
Oh, I didn't
she
have a
gives her
problem with
money?
that.
That's
It
the
was the
part.
truth.
That's the part. That's the part I have a problem with.
See, no, because I don't think that Lydia is taking Pedro's side because of the coin. I think she's taking Pedro's side because of her experience. And she needs somebody that's on her side that's saying no. It might not be for the same reasons. Lydia is going based off of her experience with regard why she don't want this girl with Alejandro, right?
So
I
basically,
think
what you're saying
everybody
is,
is seeing it from their perspective on why it's happening. Nicole is saying it's because of the coin and because y'all talking about me. And Lydia's like, no, look what happened to me, but you never told them what happened to you. So how they could look.
that's where I'm going. That's what. Okay, now
Yeah. You
that's
know,
where we're going.
she's saying to us, look what happened to me. This is a bad idea. But you clearly haven't spoken to neither one of these kids about what happened to you. And then Pedro is just standing up for his mother because he's been the protector and the man of that family from 7 or 10 years old.
Right. So that part, I'm okay. Now I understand what you're saying. I'm saying like no,
Yeah.
like I'm like no. Nicole's right on that instance, so she has a right. And then Lydia, but the thing with Lydia is that you can't. This is one thing I do not like. You can't do for your children and then throw it in their face. Either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. But this is the kind of thing that where Lydia is making a mistake by not telling Nicole exactly what happened. Like you gotta break that down to like why you have this aversion to him. And I keep wondering, does Alejandro remind Lydia of the baby daddy? Because she has a real aversion to this man. I wonder if her baby daddy, their father, is has a similar vibe to Alejandro.
Maybe he was controlling. Maybe there are certain characteristics
Yes. Mhm.
that, okay, you know what it probably is? Maybe he plied her with financial security and
Mhm.
promised her that that was going to be there no matter what.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, it wasn't. Maybe she dropped an ultimatum and it was taken away. Maybe the spouse found out and he had to disconnect and she was abandoned. Like, there's a lot of questions here on why. I would love to say that she was abandoned. She was dumped with 2
Mhm.
children and left on her own. I would love to
Right.
say that because I've seen examples of that in my own life. And it does lead you to make choices that you wouldn't normally make because you don't have many choices to make.
Right.
Okay. And you have 2 kids.
Exactly.
All right. So I would love to give her that benefit of the doubt. But somehow, I think when we find out, if we ever find out the answers to Lydia's question, like these questions that we have for Lydia, I think I'm going to be disappointed personally. Um, I think, and honestly, I think Pedro might be shattered because I think he's built up his mom to such a point that, you know, she's always right, she's always looked after me, she's the only one that's ever been there for me, my mom can do no wrong. I
Mhm.
can't go against my mom because she took care of us when we had nothing. You know, he's got her built up in his head. And like I said, Nicole, I think Nicole could see a thing for a thing
Mhm.
and is out here living her best life and she just don't care because she's spoiled and she's
Yes.
used to getting her own way.
Right.
So I think
No.
there's a lot of dynamics going on here that we just need answers to.
Yeah, because Pedro's like he's gonna be. Like, I agree with Yanni. Pedro's gonna be shattered
Yeah, because
because
he's the only one that firmly believes in every drop that comes out of Lydia's mouth. He's the only
exactly.
one. We saw grandma. Remember when they went to the country? When they
Oh, that
went back
was so
home
much
for the
fun.
wedding?
Yes,
We need to talk to her family to see what the lowdown is.
I'm sure the mama knew, or his grandmother knows what's going on, because Lydia's very tight-lipped. I want to know, was his family prominent? Was his daddy a prominent man in the country? Was he? I want to know because she's very tight-lipped. Was he popular? Was the wife popular? Was the wife in good standing in the community? Is that a problem?
I wonder if he was a well-off businessman who had a certain stature in the community,
Mm-hmm.
was with his wife for a while, well established. I still want to know how old the other kids are,
Right.
Pedro Jr. and the other boy, how old they are in comparison to our Pedro and Nicole. Because if he was firing shots with both women at the same time, my God. Because it's not cheap to keep up two families and have multiple children with each. So I think he's a well-off businessman. I don't think he's a politician. I wonder if I think they live in Santo Domingo, right? I wonder if he lives in Santo Domingo or if it's a different town and they moved to Santo Domingo when everything fell apart. I have so many questions.
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot, just so many holes.
I got to go to work. I'll leave you with is the River relationship for real or are they taking advantage of him because he's number 2, Yanni. She trying to get a come up on IG as a Insta thing.
Yep. That's what they
I'm
call
sorry,
chasing.
Yanni. Yeah. I'm just intrigued by this whole Pedro storyline. Like nothing has sparked my curiosity more than this. And I know it's not the main theme of this show, but I'm intrigued. I have questions.
I mean, this is real life. And to me, Chantal is. I mean, she's. I have no problem with how she's handling this. None. She's asking all the right questions. She's being respectful. I mean, here's the thing. Pedro needs to understand is you can't get mad at other people for asking questions. Your mama did what she did. Cool, fine, whatever. But you can't get mad for people asking the hard questions because he really needs that. Because without asking the hard questions, you'll never get to the truth, and that's what you want.
Right.
That's
But
what you want.
I think this is still raw for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think production might be pushing the narrative a little bit faster than if he was by himself without all of this hoopla around him. I don't think Pedro would have ever built up the gumption to pursue this, quite honestly. Because I think way, way, way in the back of his head, he knows he's going to hear something he doesn't want to hear. Because you grown, Pedro. You know how grown people do.
Mm-hmm.
And you're from the Caribbean. You know how I work.
Well,
I'm sorry. And he has an internal struggle. And was it wrong that he kind of snapped at Chantel? Yeah. But it's part of his process. I don't think he
yeah.
could help it.
I think he's like. I think what he's trying to say. He's like, you're trying to call my mom. All he heard, like, you called my mama. Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. And that's all he. That's all he heard. That's the only thing he heard.
Yeah.
And when Chantel's like, well, no, I'm trying to help you process this. And be there for you, but I'm going to have to ask you the hard questions, and you need to be prepared for the answers. And he's just not there yet. That's what I was watching this last night. I'm like, oh, Debbie has this spot on. I went back to when you said he's still seeing this as a 7-year-old child, and when his responses, I'm like, yep, he is.
Yeah,
He is.
His response was not mature at all. But kudos to Chantel, who backed off immediately. And she's like, whatever you want, whatever you need, I'll just sit here quietly and we could just be like, I like how she instantly changed tracks.
Yes.
And then I never thought I would have said this. But when Karen and her was at the Christmas store, I was kind of feeling what Karen was saying.
But Karen, this is the Karen I like because she wasn't extra. She was rational, and she just broke it down. Especially when her and Chantel were on the couch in the confessional, and she broke it down. She's like, "Excuse me, what?" And she just broke it down like, "Okay, so you're telling me like you have one child, knowing this man was married, and then you have another child years down the road." She's like, mm." And I was with her on that one. That was my
Yeah.
thing.
It's 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 true. Like it goes against all of her moral fiber. It does. But I kind of think she was like, I'm not getting involved in this. Cause I think that took a lot for Karen, who always trying to be involved in things.
Hmm.
Um, you know, uh,
And this shows Karen like has boundaries because she could have just went in and let have on Lydia because she don't like the woman.
but
But she said
I'm holding off
mm-mm.
judgment on that. Because
Oh.
if you get her upset, I want to see if that's the first thing that she pulls out of her back pocket to sling it at Lydia or Pedro.
Hmm.
So I'm reserving judgment. But in that
Okay.
moment, I was kind of feeling Karen, which takes a lot for me to say.
Hmm.
Chantel had
Oh,
a father, she's not going to understand his response. Yeah, yeah, pretty
pretty.
with pistols.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel the story is that Lydia was lied to and got knocked up 30 plus years ago in that country. Maybe something we need to remember. I feel for her wherever her story may be. Just a theory. I can agree with that, but I can understand being lied to. But this is why I say it's kind of hard to keep up alive for 4 years when you're hiding a whole other family and within such a smallish country. Because what Debbie's telling me, pretty much everybody gonna know your business. Because people see the comings and going, somebody gonna say something to
Mm-hmm.
somebody, and it's gonna get around. I mean, I could see like it was just Pedro. They only had the one child. That's really understandable. But to have two many years apart,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I kind of feel it's more in the in between. I'm gonna go with the in between where she did not know someone told her something. He said, "Baby, we getting a divorce. I'm gonna be with you. I'll always be there." So she got pregnant again, thinking this man's gonna build a life and a family with her, and then he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that line of thinking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I finally found my note from the Christmas store. Okay, so when Chantel is telling her mom about what happened and how he kind of got defensive. And so Karen said that it's none of her business, but she tells Chantel to support him, but kind of like hold back on commenting, but to support him. And I was
Hmm.
I was shocked. I was shocked. But then after that scene finished, I was like, girl, you stored all of those little nuts for the winter. I just can't trust Karen not to throw it up in someone's face later on. But I was impressed by her, um, that advice that she gave, Chantel. What else happened here? Okay.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything else?
Um, hold on. Do you want to talk about River?
I mean, it was nice that he went to go visit Boo and her friends. Of course, her friends are gonna be territorial and ask all these questions.
They was
Where
rude.
they were rude, but the questions weren't wrong. You know,
Um,
I get where they're coming from because, and then the other young lady, whatever her child's name is, she got 3 kids and she's a single mom. I'm like, okay, you're projecting, so we can put you to the side because you're definitely gonna be unbiased, so we can't even look at you what you
mhm.
talking about. And her friend, was it what's the child name? Was it
What
Tracy?
was it? Nicole,
Tracy?
uh,
No, Brandy.
Brandy, and
Brandy.
Nicole. I didn't
Okay,
know who the other girl was.
right. Oh, Ashley.
Okay, there you go.
And
Interchangeable names.
so I'm like, I get it, but I think it was the middle one, Nicole. I'm like, you're not. You have 3 kids and you're a single mom, so you can't be unbiased, and I get that. Brandy,
Mhm.
I'm like, well, she just came in like on fire. I was like, whoa.
Which one was Brandy? The
The
one that was
blonde,
sitting on the right or the left?
the one that was sitting, the
The one that
blonde
was
one.
touching him?
Yeah.
Couldn't stand her. I was so proud of him when he said, "Stop touching me," or "Stop touching my face." The hell you doing?
Yeah, let's
He's
put his
not a
face.
child.
Let me
You
just
don't
get
know
this.
him.
Let me just get this off your face. I'm like, oh, he handled himself quite well in that situation.
Don't touch me. Where you been?
So I've been was like, Winter, come get this girl, please. I'll have Winter come handle you because you're a female. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, that was just they were just. I understand being concerned. You know, let things play out. Let them work through and do what they got to do. Um, in my opinion, this relationship is not real. She's on there to boost her Instagram following and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at.
I like how she told her friends, "Back it up, y'all. Don't screw with my come up."
That's what she was. Yeah.
I don't
So,
even got to kiss him. So come on now. This bonus. I don't know.
but the fact that he was just so. And I try not to be mean and rude, but like he was just sounding mad goofy with, oh my god, her lips were so. Oh, I'm like,
It was so
oh,
weird.
I'm just lost in the sauce right now. I'm like, okay, like I'm trying not to be mean to you right now, but you sound and look real crazy right now. Don't do that.
It was weird. Like he was a 7-year-old who snuck their
Yes,
first kiss,
right,
in the lunchroom. I don't
right.
know.
And I'll be trying to root for him too, because I'm like, I'm rooting for you. Yes, yes. And he did that. I'm like, this thing killed the whole. He killed it for me. I mean, like, and I don't see how you're infatuated with someone you just met and y'all talk. All y'all do is talk on the phone.
Wait.
Like, and you're not saying you're not. He couldn't explain how I think the red flag was he couldn't explain to them what he's working on.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Look at this comment. Did we see this? The two.
No, this is after we talked about the yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't get here yet. We went into the next segment.
Yeah. We don't know who this man is yet.
Right. You see that's what Debbie was
Yes.
saying. Yes.
I have so many questions.
Yes.
So many questions. Yes, Steven, watch this show. This season is like super, super good, and it has absolutely nothing to do with Chantel and her stupid mama. This storyline with Pedro has me riveted. Yeah, watch the last episode first, and like you could go backwards. This is what, episode 5 or something? It's not that far. Yeah. And these are short seasons as well, so it's good. So oh good, someone else coming in. I thought I was you're not talking too much. We appreciate anyone who chimes in because like I do tend to go off on tangents. Jamal reels me back in, and like you guys can help reel me back in too. So I love to hear what you guys have to say.
And this is what
Um,
this is what our channel is about. Our channel is all about
yeah.
commentary and conversation. So we
Mm-hmm.
like to explore all angles and see like because we're gonna see things from different angles because we're different people, which is perfect.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So real quick, what did you was that red flag for you as well when he couldn't answer that question like what are you doing to move out of your parents' house? And he brought up the fact that all of the kids have like left and come back many times, and he's
Mhm.
trying not to make that same mistake, but he still couldn't tell them like, oh, this is what I'm working on. I mean, because if you're working on something, you should be able to tell people like, boom, I'm
He's
working on
not
this.
working on anything.
Right,
Mm-mm.
yeah, okay, there we go.
When he said that, I was like, "Oh, so you at home being a bum, and Mama Karen is letting you because you the baby of the family." Bump that.
I thought Winter was the baby.
I thought he
River's
was
the
the
baby.
baby.
River's the baby.
Child, what's the
Yes,
order of these children?
yes, it is it is Royal, Chantel, Winter,
Winter, and
and
then
River
River.
because Winter said Ja proposed to her at 19, and she said no, and they've been dating for 6 or 7 years. So yeah, he's the baby.
Mhm.
Mhm. I mean, the friends were super rude, no doubt,
Mhm. Mhm.
but they were asking some very important questions.
They were, but I thought it was inappropriate for the first meeting.
Yes.
And I would have asked her first if she had done it. What have y'all discussed? I wouldn't have gone out there being an interrogator for my friend if, like, I don't think this relationship is that deep. And you asking him about being a stepdaddy. Get out of here with that mess. What? Sorry. This would have been wine, cheese, like a charcuterie board, the cake that he brought. I want to know where he got that from. It wasn't Publix because Publix does the white box. It was probably dry.
Nope. Y'all should have met. I'm sorry. Here's my opinion. Y'all should have met at Chick-fil-A for chicken sandwiches and maybe some mac and cheese. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I do appreciate that Megan told them to back down.
Mhm.
And it got him his first kiss. And then what really perturbed me was when he was just like, "Oh, I gotta go. I got a 2-hour drive ahead of me." The first thing that popped in my head was, "You gotta get home before curfew." And I was just like, "Ugh." He just didn't come across as an adult to me, and during any of that segment.
No, I
That's
got
just
you.
my thing. Yeah. Oh no. Is he getting bigger?
You mean taller?
No, like bigger. Or did he just have on more clothes with the jacket?
No, he was smaller in the previous seasons.
He was, right? Like,
Yeah, probably some COVID weight, happy weight.
hmm. Because now he seems almost as big as Royal. Royal's like a really big dude, like tall and like barrel chested. And now he's like,
He's filled out
oh,
probably.
okay. But I don't see, do you see any like connection with him and Megan at all?
No,
No chemistry. Like, I don't see it.
no, it's just he's like puppy dogging it. Like he's basically the best way I can put this is like Megan is head cheerleader, and Royal is like he's like third trumpet in the band.
Wait, so Ablavi said that he gained weight a few seasons ago.
Oh,
How did I
did
miss
he?
that? Maybe I just don't care that much about him. Like, he
Hmm.
really wasn't a primary storyline
No, he
person.
wasn't.
Um, oh, that hair. Um, I want to know what it is that he's doing. And I don't want to hear, "Oh, I stay at home listening to music and now I go to the studio." What are you
Right.
doing? What are you doing? And
Which
like, why doesn't Daddy Thomas get him a job with him?
exactly?
Barrel
Why he works
chested
on?
too.
And then
Mm-hmm.
he could work on his music at night.
Yep. Everybody is like Thomas. 3 out of the 4 kids is like Thomas. And Chantel is like her mom with them big breasticles. Oh Jesus. Ablavi. Winter lost weight, so he seems bigger.
Lovely.
Oh my God.
But this
So,
episode was it was good. This episode was good. It went by very
mhm.
fast, and I mean, I wasn't mad at that. It wasn't. It moved the story along, because it got me real interested to know about Lydia. I need to know more.
What did you think about Alejandro going to visit his auntie Alejandra? So obviously he's named after her and they have the same eyes. Um, what you think about that wonderful fantasy story that he told her about what went down?
I just love the fact that when he said he and Nicole having problems, she asked him, "What did you do?"
Mm-hmm.
That had me hollering. It wasn't like, okay, see, I know you. What did you do this time?
And the
And she had
description of the fight.
right, and she had the chicken in the oven too.
Oh, the chicken was
Yeah, she had the chicken in the oven,
nice.
and we got to understand him where he has no parents. And I was like, okay. And I would like to know how long he hasn't had his parents because that could have explained or what happened to his parents because that could explain why he has such an aversion to Lydia. Because I want to know what happened with that.
They mentioned, remember when he went to the Dominican Republic, they mentioned that he had lost his parents and he had took Nicole to see like some of the family that helped raise him.
Okay, I do remember that, but
They
I
didn't
didn't.
say what happened though.
Right.
So there's some questions with that and why he's so hostile. Is he just angry that she has family and he doesn't?
I don't know. It's something with him. I think he's oh, how can I put this? I think with him, he doesn't have that parental tie.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think he could understand the dynamic. Because it's kind of hard to understand dynamic if you haven't been in
Mm-hmm.
it. And since he hasn't been in that dynamic, he had his mother and father around until something
Mm-hmm.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
He can't relate to Nicole and having a mother who's the way she is, having two young kids. I mean, he has he I think in his mind he's like, I don't understand this. They're crazy.
What did you think of the last scene where Alejandro and Nicole are talking on the FaceTime? So I get the impression that they never really broke up. They're just
Nope.
having a fight. Um, I don't like how there's something about how he talks to her that I don't like. It's control, like shades of control. I don't like it. Like I don't know. I don't see the two of them together. I don't know what she's fighting so hard to defend this slug. Um, and what I didn't understand when he was talking to her, he was like, did he say that he called his mother and Pedro, her mother and Pedro bullshit and that equals liar? Was I misunderstood that? I couldn't figure that out at all. Was he equating calling them bullshit as meaning that they're liars?
I don't know where he never explained that.
Because those two words are not synonyms.
No. I mean, you can say someone people are, when you typically excuse me, when you say people are full of bullshit, they're pretty much liars.
Oh, good Lord. I don't
That's the
know.
way. That's the way I don't know if he meant it that way, but I can take it that way.
It's just, why is she fighting so? Do you think that she's fighting so hard to save this relationship to prove everybody wrong? Like,
Yep.
see,
Yep.
oh my God, how
Yep.
childish.
Because remember, you have Karima, you have Pedro, you have Lydia. So everyone closest to her is telling you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you need to dump him, you need this, and when you do that to people, they just dig in just to prove you wrong. It's childish, but it is.
Even Alejandra, the auntie was like, if the family is like this now, get rid of them.
Right.
I loved that. Hold on. He has possessive tendencies with Nicole. She a whole country away. Um, okay, so I would think he would want to blame. Wait, I would think he would want to please Lydia, but yet he's so angry. Jelly, it may be he took care of himself so much that he doesn't know how to make those familial connections. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can be a little late for the show. Just wanted to go through these last
Yeah.
comments. Yeah. So yeah, I have a similar situation. with the most recent daughter-in-law. She truly cannot understand how we can fight and it's okay. The next day, her family treats her like a stranger at the grocery store. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good. That's going to take a lot of work though. To get her to understand. Like every family has a different dynamic, but that's whoa. Okay. Well, thank God that she found your family and that she can like really experience like a loving family experience with y'all. Ciao. Mm-mm-mm. So I think that's it. That was the whole episode. I think we touched on everything. How many computers does Pedro need? What is he supposed to be going to school for?
I love the fact that he said that let's see, it's the same inside as the other one. And she's like,
all those swirly whirly
yeah.
things.
She'll see she's like, so everything that was in there was in here. All those shiny colorful things. He's like, well, not everything, but it wasn't too much. I was like, good job, Pedro. Good job.
Aw, Steven, keep trying with her. Eventually it'll get through. She's had a whole lifetime of her family now. It's going to take a while to get used to some unconditional love. Keep fighting for her. Oh my God. Okay, so guys, this was the Family Chantel Season 3, Episode 5, Risks and Rewards. Let us know what you think in the comments below. This was an... oh, hold on. My daughter-in-law couldn't for the longest. My son and my... oh, it's changed. Okay. Oh, can we talk about plastic surgery Chantel had? Ciao. Maybe tomorrow we can do a weekly recap and just do a call-in session. And we could talk about it then, Ablavi. Because all we have tomorrow is Project Runway, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Alrighty. So guys, leave your comments below. Can't wait to hear what you think is your favorite part of this season of The Family Chantel. For me, it's Pedro, his storyline. What about you?
Yeah. I'm all about Pedro. They could do a whole arc on just on Pedro and his family, and I'm fine because I just want to know.
Yep, I do. I have so many questions. If they have a reunion, oh my God, I think I'll still have more questions. All right, guys, come back in we're gonna go live in like a minute or two with what are we doing this week in Twitter and IG?
Yep.
We've got some cute little stories to share with you. So catch us in about a minute. All right. So see you soon. Until next time, Jamal.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.